Welcome back, bigots. I got a fun one for you this time. A Sucker Punch artist was recently fired for joking about Charlie Kirk's murder, and the political left are responding exactly how you expect them to. Poorly. All of the they-thems are screeching like Skeksis as they demand Sucker Punch rescind their decision by reinstating the fired employee. And they are even hilariously threatening to boycott Ghost of Yotei. So let's get to the news. Master of the TDS had this to say. Blue Sky is losing it. People now want to boycott Ghost of Yotei because Sucker Punch fired Drew Harrison, that would be the artist, for her vile Charlie Kirk posts. Some are calling it fascist support and a right-wing cancel campaign. One even joked about a Kirk death party with karaoke. Big yikes. Big yikes indeed, my friend. Now, this is Drew Harrison. This is who she is. I've reported on her before. And these are some of her comments. Now, the most important one being the one all the way down at the bottom. As she says, I hope the shooter's name is Mario so that Luigi knows his bro got his back. Sensitive. So very sensitive of you, Drew. Now, let's take a look at the hilarious screenshots of people threatening to boycott the game, among other things. It's just really funny. Now, one thing I did want to focus on is this little comment by Devourer here. As this person said, absolutely disgusting behavior to crumble to a harassment campaign. Now, that tickles me, Devourer. Want to know why that tickles me? It makes me laugh because it makes me wonder if you people have either forgotten or if you have the memory of a goldfish, but we lived through the past decade-long harassment campaign from you trash. Would you like some examples? Oh, here are some. You remember Assassin's Creed Shadows, how they tried to convince you, propagandize you that the game was a runaway success, even though it wasn't? Oh, and by the way, if you didn't play the game, you were a bigot. Do you remember when Nexus mods picked and chose which mods were acceptable and which other mods were not acceptable? You remember that? I do, because I reported on that myself. That's my screenshot. You remember when video game journalists said video games must change because right now they are too white and too male? I know, that's pretty bigoted, I think. You remember when Sam Lake posted a picture of whom he called FBI agents Saga Anderson and Alex Casey, Saga being the one on the left, hard at work looking for a missing writer, that missing writer being Alan Wake. This was supposed to be an early advert for Alan Wake 2. And when the game came out, we got this. Wait a minute. What happened? What happened to Saga Anderson? Well, Sweet Baby Inc. happened. Kim Belair is what happened. And this is the evidence proving as such. Remember when Jason Schreier said this? It's pretty wild that in 2021, a new game studio still looks like this. Saying that an all-white male team is bad somehow? Ah, it's pretty racist. It's pretty sexist. It's pretty bigoted. There, Jason. You remember this one? When PC Gamers said that in the game, it was kind of like The Sims in Zoe, that it is eerily heterosexual. Somehow downgrading or degrading heterosexuality. Somehow heterosexuality is somehow immoral now or something, or is less than homosexuality. I don't know what PC Gamer was trying to say with that. All I know is that it sounded stupid. And if you're not convinced by any of those examples, of which I'm barely scratching the surface with these examples, by the way, would you believe their own words? Here's Aurora. If you remember Aurora, as this person said, it brings me so much joy to know that you feel like all your favorite hobbies are being stripped away from you. You will never get what you think you had back, and that is hilarious. They laughed at us. For a decade long, they laughed at us as they infiltrated the video game industry, usurped as much power as they could, and altered everything to their liking and removed everything that was once upon a time likable about the video game industry. They know this, and they laughed at you about it. And then they laughed at Charlie Kirk. And that's the straw that broke the camel's back. We don't like it when you ridicule somebody that we liked and ridicule his assassination. We just, as it stands, it's just something we're against. We think that's immoral. You may also recall that the left threatened to boycott Hogwarts Legacy. And we all know how that turned out. And I find that kind of weird. As I have stated before, that Hogwarts Legacy had a trans character that the liberal left should have gushed over. But they didn't, because they were too busy hating J.K. Rowling at the time. I think you might notice that the exact same behavior is happening here for Ghost of Yotei. Once they have fixed their eyes on a controversy, they tend to lose focus on what's important. And what's important for them, well, at least in this scenario, is that Ghost of Yotei is supposed to be their game. It was designed to be inclusive. All of the right people were working on it. All of the right people were advertising it. So, if they do indeed boycott this game, they're only hurting themselves. Why? Because, well, people like me aren't really going to buy the game. So, who's left? But speaking of Ghost of Yotei, generally speaking, let's jump on over to the trailer and see how the trailer's doing. Ooh. Not good. Now, like I just previously mentioned, I wasn't planning on buying Ghost of Yotei anyway. And now, I have a reason for that, though. I'm not buying the game because of the main voice actor, who also happens to be the face and the model for the main protagonist in Ghost of Yotei. You want to know why? Well, here you go. She's, well, special. She also had this to say. On X not too long ago, back in 2020, she said, "I'm Antifa. So's my wife." Well, I'm sure you felt very bold and brave for making that statement back in 2020. But you want to know what I find hilarious, Aurora and Erika? You want to know what I find funny? What I find funny is our current president is going to be designating Antifa as a terrorist organization. That's pretty funny to me. Here's what's happening, Erika and Aurora. The boomerang effect is in full swing. The hate campaign that you rode in on, the decade-long harassment campaign, the infiltrating, the usurping, the changing everything, transifying the characters, making everything gay, just like Vita said in my last video. I mentioned Vita. You guys did all this for over a decade. And now suddenly you're surprised the pendulum is swinging hard to the other side? Well, all I can say about that is it's going to get much worse for you. Because now we're serious. And I can only expect more stupidness is up ahead, but we'll be able to laugh at the additional stupidness just as much as we're laughing at it now. And that's all the time that I have for this video. I hope you liked what you heard. If you did, pass along, share it with all your friends and family. Like and subscribe, do all the happy, fun, social stuff. You can find me on Gab. I upload all of my videos on Odyssey, so be sure to make an Odyssey account. It's a great place. You can hop on over to Gab and find me over there as well. Hit me up, ask me questions, or, I don't know, make fun of me. Either way, it doesn't matter. Until next time, have fun.